I have named this small talk Body and Soul, and it'll be a little bit different from the other talks because none of the pictures you see will be an illustration of what I'm saying. They are just pictures. This is about the physicality of LARP, how our bodies also mirrors our mind and soul. So this LARP will use my personal LARP experiences as the points of departure for looking into the connection between body and soul. So, I'm a plaster doll. I pose with eyes that cut open without landfall or nightfall, upon some shellacked and grinning person, eyes that open, blue, steel, and close. When we grow up, we learn that the mind controls the body, and that can choose what we show the world. But maybe that is not true. What if what we show the world is not everything? What if there is something else, something more? Foucault used the panopticon to show how the confinement of the body shaped the world, how the disciplinary society was created. We are all the result of being watched through the eyes of others, our parents, our teachers, our friends and colleagues. Our minds are created through the eyes of others, how they look at us and measure what we are. So what happens to our body and soul when we are suddenly thrust into another character, another persona? And what happens to our bodies, the body of the player, when we play? What do we feel and why? We will dress the body in garments appropriate for the character of the LARP. Our choice of movements can be conscious, or it can be confined or defined by the surroundings. We walk on ships, which has a very special movement. We walk up and down on stairs, broad stairs or narrow stairs. And we walk through rooms, big rooms like this one, or small confined spaces. It can also be defined by parts of your costume. Are we wearing stays and corsets, heels, long skirts, or short? And are we dressed as a woman or as a man? And language will always be part of our play. We talk a lot. We become masters of small talk. But our body will also be trying to tell what we want to say, or sometimes show what we do not want to say. Our body will show our feelings, even if we think it is just the feelings of the character. So is there a consequence for our mind and our body? Some LARPs are designed to consciously make the body feel pain, exhaustion, hunger, even the passing of time. In Legion, you walk through Siberia, and you really walk. In Requiem Reichskinder, the time is changed. An hour is running much faster than it usually is. But what if the opposite is also true? Do our body, the body of the player, also reflect what goes on in our mind without our knowledge? I have a personal experience with anger. Anger for me in LARP can be a physical experience. It can be almost a kind of knot inside my stomach. And why is that? When you look at me, you can see I'm from another generation. I'm from an old generation. And in my generation, women are not allowed to feel anger. Anger is a forbidden feeling. So it becomes painful. It hurts. And you must rely on the generosity of your fellow players. And we do. So why is this important? It shows how something that another conscious part of who we are can show up unexpectedly when we least expect it. You could say this is LARP as a way to reclaim the forbidden, to be aware of parts of ourselves that we need to learn to become whole persons. But not everything is pain. There's also happiness, laughter, and dance. And it is also very physical feelings. And it will be part of what we show with our body. So can LARP unite mind and body? And can it help us transform who we are, both body and soul? Yes. And I have a final poem here. And I have a picture for that. I have read it in your cart, driver. Wave my nude arms at villages going by, learning the last bright route survivor. Where are your flames still bite my thigh, and my ribs crack where your wheels wind. A woman like that is not ashamed to die. I have been her kind. And I think I have 2 seconds, because these pictures, among others, were taken by Oliver Facey, Karl Nordblom, Patrick Wichert, Sissela Ørnholt Johansson, Bjørn Morten Vagn Gundersen, Henrik B. Hansen, Mars Piantadina, Michel Carter, Toivo Vold, Camilla Misalier, myself, and of course, Kai Simon Frederiksen. Thank you.